Hello friends, welcome to SafeTrader. This is Aravind. And this is going to be third part of INDIAVIX. So we have already discussed a lot of things about INDIAVIX in our previous parts, and this is going to be third part where we will discuss how INDIAVIX can be used by a trader and take trades accordingly. Because what we need to do as the INDIAVIX shoots up, or what we need to do as the INDIAVIX comes down. So there are multiple things that one can do when INDIAVIX is so volatile between certain number of percentages. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that. And before we proceed, you know that we have been posting knowledge based videos for quite some time, and if you find this content helpful for you guys, please do hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends so that the reach can be wide enough for them to know the content that we are posting. Thank you so much. So welcome back. So this is going to be very short video. We would not be discussing so much in detail. If someone is missing any of the points, please do go back to our part 1 and part 2 and check those videos. You would be able to understand what we are talking about today here. Okay, so the first topic that I would like to talk about here is about the support and resistance, which we have already spoken about. How to draw support and resistance. We have seen that you take a square root of 12, which is around 3.46, and divide the INDIAVIX, which is around 18% now. You can divide that 18 by 3.46, which would come up to 5.2. Now, if it is trading around 17,500, okay, now 5.2 becomes around, approximately I'm talking about 900 points on the downside, 900 points. Okay, so we can expect Nifty to be volatile between 17,500 plus 900 points and minus 900 points for next 30 days, right? And this INDIAVIX can change accordingly. So if this is 18%, this can move to 19% tomorrow, or it can move to 20 day after tomorrow. So INDIAVIX can be volatile. So now we know that we need to draw support and resistance zones before we take any trades. Support and resistance zones need to be drawn before we take a trade, because that is what defines or lets us know where to take an entry and where to exit. Now, what an option buyer can do or an option seller can do by following the strategies that he or she knows. Okay. Now, if there is a resistance zone, let's get back to our Nifty chart here and see that we see currently, based on the setup, this is the resistance zone for us and this is the support zone on the bottom. Now, an option buyer, what an option buyer can do here, okay, there are two possibilities. If the INDIAVIX is shooting up, now INDIAVIX is around 18%, okay. Now, if VIX is shooting up to 18 to 19, Nifty can either move on the upside or on the downside, right? So, if Nifty is shooting up and VIX is also shooting up, this indicates that probably Nifty can go up. So what an option buyer can do, option buyer can buy an in the money call option and hold on until the VIX tries to fall, or until the VIX stabilizes there. Okay, so that is one of the indication an option buyer can do. Else, if Nifty is shooting it down and VIX is slowly moving up, okay, Nifty is falling and VIX is shooting up. So what an option buyer can do, he can take in the money put option, probably 17,600 based on current scenario. He can buy this and hold on as long as the VIX is shooting up. He can still hold on to this put option and exit. When to exit? He can exit when there is a reversal or when it is trying to consolidate around the same VIX percentage. That is an option buyer can do. One. Or imagine if an option buyer is waiting for either the support zone or resistance zone to come in. So an option buyer is still waiting. See, he hasn't taken a trade, for example. So Nifty is slowly moving, slowly moved. Okay, probably after a month or so, it has come up to this zone. So Nifty or INDIAVIX is around the same zone. I'm not talking about INDIAVIX shooting up now. INDIAVIX is around the same zone, and obviously the resistance zone is here for us, correct? Now what an option buyer can do, he can directly take an in the money put option and hold on to this, because it will take a rejection, because we know that based on the data, we are not guessing here. Remember this is not a guesswork. We are not guessing the movement of the Nifty. We are going by the data. Okay, so what does the data suggest? If INDIAVIX is around 18%, Nifty is around 17,475, and we can conclude that Nifty can play between these two zones within next 30 days, right? So 30 trading days. So once the Nifty shoots up here and INDIAVIX is around the same zone, there are more possibilities that Nifty can take a reversal from here, or it can be volatile like this, correct? So based on this, an option buyer make use of these violent moves and take trades accordingly. He can take a put option around the support resistance zone and take a support from the bottom, right? So he can take a call option, he can take a call option from the support, and he can take a put option from the resistance, so that he can make money at every move. This is what an option buyer can do. Okay, what an option seller can do in this case? Option seller, since we know the range, since an option seller knows the range here, what are the possibilities here? One, an option seller can do a short straddle, right? Short straddle of maybe 17,500, call and put. That can be one short straddle, because the zone is between these 2 points. Okay, so he will always make money if he is actually trying to do with a monthly contracts, or probably next month or 2 months contracts. Okay, or if Nifty is shooting up here, what an option seller can do, he can sell naked put option or naked call options. He can sell naked call options here, or he can sell naked put options here if there is a reversal. So these are the few strategies that one can follow when there is a support and resistance zones that you are aware of. So this is what an option buyer and an option seller can do when there is a support and resistance zone. Now what do we need to do when there is a high VIX and low VIX? Now why there is a high VIX? One, we have already seen in the previous videos that there is a panic situation, or there is a very good news that Nifty is completely shooting up, panic situation completely falling down, and VIX is shooting up completely. Okay, so these two are the situations where there is a high VIX, correct? Now when there is a high VIX, what an option buyer or an option seller can do? Basically, when there is a high VIX like this during a panic situation or a good situation, there are most likely that from that high there are possibilities that the VIX might even take a reversal, and eventually Nifty can also take a reversal from the upper side to bottom, bottom to upside. So what one can do, as we already spoken about, when there is a high VIX and taking a resistance at particular point of time as per the support and resistance that we draw, if there is a resistance point, what an option seller can do? Option seller can take a reverse trade and sell opposite legs. Okay, so for example, if Nifty is shooting up, he can sell put options. If Nifty is taking a reverse trade on the downside, he can sell call options, right? What an option buyer can do, it is very easy. If the market is taking a reverse, he can take a call option from the support, he can buy a put option from the resistance zone. Very easy to follow. So what do we basically do when there is a high VIX? This is a very good time for option buyers and option sellers as well, if you know the support and resistance zones correctly. Now what do we do when there is a low VIX? Low VIX is a possibility around, probably it is playing around 10 to 15% of INDIAVIX. Now which means that the resistance zones and support zones are very minimal, probably around 500 points for example, or maybe 600 points maximum. So if there is a situation like this, what an option seller can do? Option sellers can implement multiple strategies like short straddles, okay, and short strangles. He can sell resistance leg options here and support zone options here, so that he would make money on both sides, okay. And he can try iron flies, iron condor can also be tried, and Batman strategies can also be tried. So when there is a very small support and resistance zone, option sellers can easily make money, because the movement is very less on a longer term. I'm not talking about intraday again. I'm not talking about intraday here. It is a positional or monthly trades that someone can take. So when there is a situation like this, resistance and support zone is between very minimum points, then option seller has much possibility of making money, okay. And as we said, strategies to follow. What are the strategies? These are the strategies that option sellers can follow. Option buyers can also try spreads, okay. If someone is trying from a resistance zone, an option buyer can also try spreads. Probably, bear put spread can be tried. From the support, he can try bull call spread, so that he can make money on both sides. And in case if there is a reversal, there would be a minimum loss. There would not be a huge loss at all, okay. Now the final thing, which is going to be very important thing, understand the risk part of it. Suppose, imagine now we are at a resistance point and we are expecting that the market will take a reversal to the support zone. Now imagine there are also chances for the Nifty to go up without taking a reverse. Now if there is a put option that is bought by an option buyer, can end up in losses, right? So in this situation, we should also understand the risk part of it. We should maintain strict stop losses, probably 35% or maybe 50% based on the capital that you have. Maintain those strict stop losses. In case if there is a stop loss hit, we should not be worried. So we should also understand the risk, and moreover, we should have the capital of, if you are trying a particular strategy, if you are trying it maybe one time or two times or three times, if you are losing money, you should still have the capital to trade more number of times, okay. So imagine if you have a capital, very less capital, maybe 10k for example, or 20k, and once you lost somewhere around 5k in a particular trade, if you don't have a capital to trade or take an extra trade, it would not be of any use, and it is not a good capital management. So we should also understand the risk. Only if you are ready for that kind of risk, you should take the trades. If you are not ready for the risk part of it, it is of no good of entering trades and ending up in losses sometimes. So understand that there are more chances for you to have a reverse trade when there is a resistance zone and support zone as well. However, this is in Nifty or Bank Nifty, in the entire market section, there are always possibilities for surprises. So this can go all the way up and hit your stop loss, or this can come down all the way and hit your stop losses. So this is where you need to understand the risk, plan your capital properly, and enjoy your profits when there is a movement according to your support and resistance zones. Okay, hope this video that we have made so far is very much helpful for you guys and will fetch you good results in coming forward. Thank you so much. You have a great day ahead. And if you have not liked and subscribed to our channel yet, please do like so. Thank you so much.